Thank you. What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the brand new show, Most Epic Talks. I'm Mike Watson. I'm the publisher of Freestyle Comics, creative communicator, an owner of it as well. I also do other shows such as Deep Council and Chat and Draw, which is my third podcast series that we're getting into. And what exactly is Most Epic Talks? Well, Most Epic Talks is whatever the hell I want it. I'm a very opinionated YouTube fan, and I felt like I needed an outlet where I just go in and be able to, oh, that sounds muffled. Let's fix that. Test. All right, there we go. Looks like it's good. Thank you. All right, and so what is Most Epic Talks? Most Epic Talks is me doing whatever the hell I want to talk about. I have a lot of opinions. Some people may not agree with all my opinions or whatnot, but I feel like I need a spot and place I can go in and just have detailed discussion. All right, I'm gonna be talking about a lot of different stuff on the show. I haven't really decided on the time. I know I do want to do it in the mornings. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it like every day in the mornings, like a regular talk show before I actually clock into work. That hasn't been determined yet. But you're gonna go on this journey with me as I develop the show. The show was originally going to be called First Call. And I talked about it with my brother Ren, coming up with the name. And then I was working on the logo last night, and I was looking at ESPN logos for TV shows and stuff because I wanted it to be simple. And for whatever reason, when I was looking at these ESPN logos, and then I was thinking about like the nature of the show, it just clicked that I should just call it the Most Epic Talks, as it is a double meaning, as in it is me going through talks, and some of these talks will be quite epic, I think, in the enthusiasm that I will bring to them. So, what's up, Brad? Morning. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? What's up? All right. So, normally the show's going to run and talk about one topic, I think, but I'm going to talk about a couple today to get us warmed up, get us fired up, or whatnot. And the cool thing about this is, as this show goes, as this show runs, you're gonna see the development process of the show as we move in, and it happens. All right. So first things first, I want to talk about the movie Logan. All right, Logan by Fox Studios back in the day. Watched it again yesterday. Whew, whew. Amazing film, right? Fox don't deserve it. Fox does not deserve this movie, and in my opinion, this movie does not qualify for any GOAT conversation. All right. I know you're probably like, what are you talking about? Movie's amazing. Great acting, great direction, amazing final swan song for your boy Hugh Jackman. That's all good. That's all good. But here's my thing. I'm a huge X-Men fan, right? Epically huge X-Men fan. I, I was I, over here, bam. Can you see it? Can you see it? That up there, I know I blurred out my background, but that is the original Blue and Gold Squad X-Men teams from the 90s. All right. Huge X-Men fan, several Wolverine toys. My daughter is named after Logan. All right. So look, bear with me. This is how you know I have no bias. All right. Well, I might have a little bias. But so long ago, 1999, when the X-Men movie first came out, I was blown away. All right, X-Men, Wolverine is what got me into comic books. It's what got me to love comic books and want to draw comic books for my entire life. All right, and this movie comes out. Thank you, Danny. And this movie comes out, right? The X-Men. They're finally making the X-Men by a dope ass director, Bryan Singer. Directed The Usual Suspects, one of my favorite movies. What up, Ace? What's up? What's up? One of my favorite freaking movies. Hold up, what's Ace Bay saying here? Oh no, he's just saying I'm going live. All right. We got a crowd here, and one of my favorite damn movies, the usual suspects. X-Men's going to be amazing. Bryan Singer's break it down, why they got the black costumes, why the X-Men are going to be the way they are, why he selected these X-Men, why the movie's paced the way it is, and why the presence of the X-Men is the way it is. And I am believing all of it. I'm believing the entirety of it. I'm accepting, like, yes, Bryan Singer, you are right. Do it. And this X-Men movie comes out, and I love it. I must have seen it 25 times in the theater. No, I did not pay for it 25 times. My friend worked at the movie theater, so he got me in. I paid for the first 3 times, though. Respect. I do pay. I do pay the first time. But and I go, I love it. I love it. I think Wolverine and Cyclops are spot on. I think this action is great. What is this? Oh, Swipe Boy comments. Right now, we're streaming live to our Twitter, our Instagram, our YouTube, our Facebook, TikTok. So some of this stuff is the first time I'm doing a lot of these things. I'm trying to manage all 3 of them, so bear with me. And fantastic. Right. Absolutely love the movie. Incredible actors. Magneto's great. Professor X is great. The next film, X-Men 2, X-Men United, we get to see a full Berserker Wolverine in the scene. It's incredible. These movies, but then these X-Men steadily, I'm not as excited as these films as they come out, as they drop. And then they really start messing them up to me. After 2, they really just start dropping the ball in the movies, and they went all elsewhere. One of the things I hate about the original X-Men franchise is they made Wolverine a leader. Wolverine's not a leader. He's not the leader of the X-Men. He's not the go-to character to lead these X-Men in any way. He is the character that gets shit done. The shit that you don't want to know about, the stuff that you don't want to talk about, the dirty stuff. Wolverine does that. He's a killer. And you're lucky to have Wolverine on your side because he's going to kill for you. He's also going to protect the hell out of you. He's going to treat you like, he's going to be your big, bad older brother that walks around the hallway with the black jacket on and is everyone's scared of him. And, he's the cool kid. He's the Fonz. He's the Fonz. Wolverine is the Fonz of X-Men. And in these movies, they turned him into a leader. Now, don't get me wrong. Hugh Jackman is amazing. Hugh Jackman. There's only 2 faults with Hugh Jackman. He's too damn tall, and the scripts that he got. But outside of that, he is fantastic. He is Wolverine. I am not taking that away from him or that franchise. But they just did so many things that I feel like we never got a full version of Wolverine. Like, when I read comics, and I'm not expecting them, and I understand when you take comic books to movies or TV, the medium does change, but the atmosphere of Wolverine, I don't feel like we got that. I don't feel like we got the embodiment of a full-fledged Wolverine to be where we're at in Logan. Now, Logan, because of its amazing acting, I cried. Spoiler alert, Logan dies. I cried at the end of it. It was incredible. It was. But here's my thing. Logan and Professor X, those guys are at their lowest in the movies, right? This is the bottom dollar foundation, ground floor, lowest these characters have ever been that we've ever seen. But I pitch and I say we've never seen them at their highest moments. Yeah, I got 1 Berserker Rage scene with Wolverine. Okay, 1.5. I'll give you that. I got the smart Alex from Wolverine and whatnot, but they changed Wolverine's character in the X-Men to be a leader, so they put other things on top of him to where we couldn't get the full Wolverine, who is a full-on jerk at times, but he's that lowly hero. And I've been making a lot of comparisons to Daryl in The Walking Dead. Daryl, awesome character. Every time he does something in there, he makes me think that's what Wolverine would do. He's acting exactly how Wolverine would act in that situation. More mild and calm version, I would like to say, but everything that Daryl's doing in these new seasons, the last, I guess season 10, 11, he has been more like Wolverine, the Wolverine of the team in Walking Dead than Wolverine in the movies, and that really started to bother me. Plus, when you go back and look at those movies, yes, those movies they don't stand up to today. They don't. Professor X, we have never seen Professor X at his best. He's a punk, and I feel like you completely wasted Professor Charles Xavier. You have the perfect casting in Sir Patrick Stewart, and then you give me this bum of a Professor X. The one thing he did capture was probably the Saturday morning cartoon of Professor X. And when you watch a Saturday morning cartoon of Professor X, he's going every 5 minutes. He's the most powerful telepath in the world, but he's getting outclassed every episode. He's in pain every episode. You never get to see the a fully realized, a fully realized version of Professor X or Wolverine that deserves the ending that we got in Logan. Like Wolverine 1, terrible movie. My God. The first 30 minutes of Wolverine 1, though, amazing shit, right? Amazing. Because the movies actually give you a good reason for the relationship between Sabretooth and Wolverine. That first half hour of Wolverine is solid. I will give you that. But the rest of it, complete gutter trash. All right? Look, I know, and any comic book fan knows. I mean, this is what pisses me off and kind of ruins Logan for me. Is adamantium can't cut adamantium. Adamantium can't break adamantium. I don't care what you put the adamantium in to use as a vessel, as a weapon. It cannot hurt or damage or break other adamantium. So, you love the Blob. The Blob was cool. You can't. So, when you try to tell me that an adamantium bullet can kill Wolverine, cap, all the way cap. I remember specifically reading the issue of Wolverine where Wolverine and Cyber are chained up in a prison, and they're chained up with adamantium cufflinks, they're adamantium handcuffs. And he specifically said how they can't cut through it because of adamantium. They can't cut adamantium with adamantium. That's why Cyber has adamantium arms, so he can block Wolverine's adamantium claws cutting him. Adamantium don't cut adamantium. So trying to tell me that a revolver with an adamantium bullet shot in Wolverine's head, gave him his memory loss, and then at the end of Logan, kill him. No fish. At the end of Logan, they kill the doppelganger Wolverine by shooting him in the head with an adamantium bullet. Not only do they shoot him in the head, it blows his head open. I'm telling you, this is Logan, amazing movie up to that part. Now, the whole reason why I say Fox does not deserve this movie, and it can't be considered for the GOAT conversation in my eyes, is the fact that, like I said, we never get to see Professor X, a fully realized Professor X. We never get to see a fully realized Wolverine. Like X-Men Days of Future Past. How hard is it to give me a scene where Wolverine is fucking up Sentinels? How hard was that? That whole scene where Wolverine was in the chamber and Sentinels was coming, that should have been a swan song in that part where Wolverine died fighting all the Sentinels. He should have been taking them all out until he got overwhelmed. Like, you don't want to show Wolverine cutting people. You don't want to show blood. You don't want to show him stabbing real life people and things like that. Then have them kill the fucking robots. That's what Wolverine does. That's what his Berserker Rage is for. That's what we're reading the comics for. That's why we like Wolverine, because in the bowels of the final moment, Wolverine's gonna rip off those claws and he's gonna fight to his last dying breath. Especially if he's trying to protect somebody, which he was trying to do. But no, they had him go out like a punk. They didn't use him correctly at all. It just, annoyed me and just bothered me so much because I read comics. And again, I get you're not going to get the exact comic book put on the screen, but the, the spirit of the character needs to be there. And I don't feel like we ever got the full spirit of Wolverine or Professor X. So when you get to Logan, and then you see these characters at the bottom, it kind of misses, at least with me. It kind of misses because I never got to see them at their height. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you guys? If I didn't get to see these characters as true champions with very great portrayals of themselves, how can I appreciate them at their worst? Like, that movie should be an emotional roller coaster the entirety of the film because they're broken, they're battered, and they're losing. So I should be able to experience it like, oh my God, like, damn, Wolverine is fucked up right now. He's back. That sucks. Because I've had all these great moments of Professor X, all these great moments of Wolverine that I can relive in my mind and see them at these great moments to really appreciate them at their worst. It's like I said, I love Logan. Logan's a great film, but I can't fully appreciate it because Fox didn't fully appreciate those characters. They just went and ran a money horse with them. So to me, that's why it can't be. That's why it can't be considered for GOAT conversation. That's why it misses for me. You have all these, like when the clone Wolverine kills Professor X, and that clone, like, I get it. You want to put the younger, tougher version of Wolverine up against Wolverine, but that should have been Sabretooth. No, it should have been one of two characters. It should have been Sabretooth, or it should have been Dakin. Now, the little girl, the girl that plays Laura, is amazing. Oh my God, please bring her back. But it should have been Sabretooth or it should have been Dakin. Flat out, man. Flat out. That's who it should have been for the final villain. Morning, what's up? How you doing? And I'm gonna stick with my guns, like making it a clone Wolverine. Just like, all right, I'll rock with it. I'll accept it because that's what you're giving me right now. But and that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys really don't know Wolverine. Fox, you really don't know Wolverine. And that's why I also say, while Hugh Jackman did a great job in this role, bringing his character to life, and he is a great casting for Wolverine, he is also a victim of his script. And he really fought for this character. And you can see that in his interviews and everything we're saying, his workout regimen. He really wanted to bring this character to life. So respect and appreciation to Hugh Jackman. And I'm very excited about Hugh Jackman coming back potentially in Deadpool 3 for Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm very excited about that because Hugh Jackman is great, but a victim of his script. And that's sad because I love that movie and the death did hit, but I feel like it didn't hit the way that I needed it to hit for somebody who loves the Wolverine character. And thank you. A lot of work went into it. It is a little bit bigger than the last basement that we were in. Got a little bit expansion. So, and I said this is a huge Wolverine fan because again, Wolverine is what got me into comics. And I'm a man who loves character. I love story. I love character. When I watch something, when I read something, I want to get lost in it. Like when they advertise or when they put out the death of Wolverine, actually, in the comic books, it made me mad. Not that they were killing Wolverine, that you took my emotional moment away from me. Because if the story was good enough, I want to cry. I want those emotions to hit. I want to be reading this book and I want to be a raggedy mess as I'm reading this, as I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat, as I'm turning pages, like, are they about to kill Wolverine? Is he about to die? You took that from me, Marvel. To this day, I still can't tell you if the death of Wolverine is a good story. I still can't, because they got in my head and already let me know the ending of it. Now, when Wolverine was a Skrull and we did not know it, and Wolverine, the Skrull Wolverine was fighting death, and they killed him. Your boy got choked up. I was no. This is not happening right now. No, no. And the next issue came out with Wolverine on the autopsy table. Dude, I was done. I bought that book, but I did not open it. Like it sat there for hours, and I just stared at it. I was like, oh my god. Oh no, you're for real. They really killed him. They really killed my boy. They really killed him, man. But I wanted that. That's the experience that I want as a fan. That's the experience that I want as a reader and a viewer. And again, foretelling, telling me his death is happening, kind of cheats that, and takes it away from me. So I felt cheated in Logan because this was a really good death, but all the elements weren't there to take it to legendary level for me. And I know some people aren't going to agree with me on that, and that's fine. That's fine. Nobody really dies in comics except Uncle Ben. uh, no, I think they even brought Uncle Ben back, man. I think they did. I think they brought him back for a story, for the Spider's first story. There's a lot of comics, so I can't keep them wrong, but I think they did. So that's my case. That's my pitch right there, y'all. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love Logan. We watched it again last night, and I was prepping for this conversation on Most Epic Talks, and I do enjoy it. But those are the things. Those are my faults with it, and I just wish we would have got the right type of Wolverine, the fully realized Wolverine, the fully realized Professor X, but especially Professor X. I mean, they killed that dude every chance they got. They took him out the film every chance they got, and it's like if I got people that can write comic books and can handle these power levels, why aren't there people that can handle the power levels in the movies and TV shows? Yes, Professor X is the most powerful telepath in the world, but in the comic books they found ways to challenge him and be able to keep him on film. And like I know I'm just talking about Wolverine, but let's not even go into the disrespect of Cyclops in this X-Men series. I'm not even a Cyclops fan, but god dang, did they disrespect my boy? Like, and watching X-Men 3, and you finally give me that scene. That movie's trash. That movie's complete trash. But you finally give me that scene where the X-Men drop out of the Blackbird, land into the danger, and start fighting. And it's that scene completely misses because Cyclops isn't there. Cyclops should have been there giving orders and giving directions and leading the X-Men, not Wolverine. Kevin Feige, we trust. I know you're not going to make Wolverine the leader in these new movies and TV shows and stuff. I know you're not. Please don't. He's not Wolverine. And I know a lot of people don't like Walking Dead right now, but I promise, Kevin Feige, check out Walking Dead. The way they handle Daryl is exactly how Wolverine needs to be handled in the new MCU. And I know people and see, and then thinking about it, I know they only did Logan to try to win people back, to bring fans back, because they effed up the first two movies of Wolverine. So they're like, well, let's do a fan favorite story. How long do you think Kevin Feige is going to stay in the MCU? I think till Phase 6. And I think Kevin Feige will stay in the MCU till Phase 6, and they'll start to phase him out because I think Feige also is going to do some Star Wars stuff. And that worries me because that might be the falling off of the MCU if Feige isn't there managing it. But I'll enjoy him. What up, V? I'll enjoy him definitely while he's here. So, and that's my case for Logan. I'd love to hear your opinions about it. Post in the chat, post on the comments and things like that. Let me hear if you agree, if you disagree. Like I said, I'd love to hear what you think. If you think I made some valid points or you think I didn't, let the discussion continue or whatnot. I got, what else do I have here? Oh God! Like huge news. This week, DC has announced James Gunn as co-lead on DC films. Let's turn the hat backwards on this one. Yes! Absolutely. I'm here all day for it. James Gunn is a beast. All right? James Gunn made you care about a raccoon and a tree. The tree says 3 words. The tree says 3 words. And we care about it. We love Groot. I am Groot. Oh, let me definitely add that. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am adding that to the list. I forgot all about it. The Last Jedi. There's definitely going to be an episode for it, J-Man. All right, yeah, so James Gunn made you care about a tree. He made you love the Guardians of the Galaxy. A D-lister squad of superheroes at best. A D-list squad of superheroes at freaking best, y'all. Don't tell me y'all was looking for Guardians. Don't tell me you were searching for Guardians. Don't tell me they were on your pick to be the next Marvel film, because they weren't. They were on nobody's list. Nobody was looking for the Guardians. Nobody was like, oh my God, let me get a Guardians movie next MCU. No one was. All right? And people were questioning it when they decided it and they picked it. All right? And James Gunn brought it to life. Not once, but twice. The man's great. I love James Gunn. I love how he handles characters. I love how I love how you can just meet a character in a James Gunn film and instantly fall for them and not realize you're falling for them. One of my favorite lines in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is he may be your father, but that don't mean he's your dad. That line hit. You know what I'm saying? That line hit so hard. And everything about those, I love the Guardians film. And I wouldn't think that I would. And I love how they handle it. Then you take James Gunn and you bring him over to DC to redo Suicide Squad. Man, Suicide Squad's like my second or third favorite DC movie. Okay? Man of Steel is number 1 in case you're curious. That will also be a debate on here. But that's neither here nor there right now. But I love how James Gunn took this Suicide Squad movie and made me like all the characters. Showed me in 3 scenes that Harley Quinn and old boy, I forgot his name, but the leader of Suicide Squad or whatnot, Flag, that Harley Quinn and Flag were best friends. That their friendship was super strong. Go back and watch that movie. Those 3 scenes, they're so simple. And they suggest and let you realize that this friendship between them is there. And it's super, super strong. I'm going to defend Man of Steel till I die. And then John Cena. Look, John Cena may be an entertaining wrestler, but I am not the biggest fan of this dude as an actor. He was terrible. And I base this off the fact of I just haven't really liked anything that he's done. He's basic. He's a basic Hollywood action star. And it just so happened I watched Fast and Furious 9. Is that where they're at? 9? John Cena was terrible in Fast and Furious. I'm sorry. He was terrible. It's hard to replace The Rock. The Rock is magical. All right? He's magical. It's going to be hard for anyone to follow and replace him, and John Cena wasn't the one to do it. He just didn't carry that role for me. He wasn't believable in that role for me. The intention, his entertainment value just wasn't there on any scale. Like, I didn't believe in his character. I didn't believe in his action. And I damn sure didn't believe he was part of that family. All right? It just did not work for me. And so, turn the corner, and you get to see John Cena as Peacemaker, and he's hilarious. He's hilarious as Peacemaker. Spoiler alert again. When he fights Flag, and he kills him, oh my God. The grief that washes over him. That immediate regret and that guilt is all over his face. That's one of my favorite scenes. It hurts. It hurts watching John Cena do that. to watch Peacemaker take him, because Peacemaker didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it, but he was so dedicated to his ideals that he forced himself to do it. Because at the end of the day, he still has to do his job. No matter how much he respected Flag, no matter how much he liked Flag, no matter how much Flag was a person that he looked up to. In that scene, and you can't tell me it's not there, because it is. John Cena killed that scene, and that came from John Cena pulling it out of him. That came from John Cena being a good actor, but it came from James Gunn pulling that out of him. Because at the end of the day, it's a director. It's a director that's got to get that emotion. That's got to get that feeling. And James Gunn got it in one fucking scene. Are you kidding me? Then you get Peacemaker the show, and that's one of the most entertaining shows of the year. A couple, you get tired of the dick and fart jokes in there, and the inane, sane use of profanity in the show gets old. But for a DC show, that show was incredible. It had none of the qualms, none of the problems of any of the Arrowverse shows or any of that. That show was very entertaining. It was a good story and good acting. Solid. So James Gunn doing those two projects at DC, doing the two projects that he's doing at Marvel, that he's did at Marvel. And now you're telling me James Gunn is about to lead the DC cinematic TV universe? Let's go. Absolutely. The Peter Quill Yondu relationship was complete fire. Let's go. That's exciting news. I am super excited for DC right now. I may be a Marvel fanboy, but I absolutely love DC. I love all comics. My preference is Marvel, but I love DC. I love Batman. I love Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. We're getting Jon Stewart on HBO Max, baby. James Gunn can do an amazing Lobo movie. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is where we're at on MostEPIC Talks right now. So epic, I'm choking. The potential of DC right now is through the roof for me. I just saw Black Adam. Black Adam is not a perfect movie. But Black Adam is an amazingly fun movie. It's a solid 7 out of 10. The Rock is magical. The action's on point. And it's more like an animated movie from DC than anything else that they've done, which I'm fine with, because at the end of the day, that's what DC has to do. Just do that. Your cartoons, your animated movie, the Justice League animated series, that's your bread and butter. That's your layout. That's your template. Just do that, DC. You're done. You will be up there. You may even surpass the MCU if you consistently do that. The MCU is at a point right now where they have a solidified fan base, and I've given them my unbelievable ticket. I am checked in for anything that MCU does. They have got to do a lot. They probably got to put a gun to my head, kidnap my children, and then make 3 bad movies for me to actually dislike something the MCU produces. But right now with DC, the path, their door is open. They can reach new heights. Just make entertaining movies. They don't have to be the deep, well-connected tissue that the MCU is. I can watch my MCU movies and get all this collaboration, all this crossover, all this long-form storytelling, and still get comedy and things like that. And then I can go to DC for just 90s comic book action. And then I've got the best of both worlds. It's just like having an Xbox and a PlayStation. You want to be a true gamer? Get all the video game systems, and you'll have the best of all the video game worlds. You'll have PlayStation with some of the best solo game experience, and you have Xbox with some of the best multiplayer experience, and then you have the Switch with just generally good, great design, fun games. There's enough for everybody to eat. There's enough for all of them to eat. Dr. Fate was fire, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know, you put that ingrained with Black Adam, James Gunn's resume, and now you're looking at DC, and your boy Henry Cavill is back. He's back, dang it. Oh, oh yeah. I don't know what that song is, but that's my help. That's my welcome back, Henry Cavill. You delicious man in that Superman cape. He is my Superman, and that is no knock. That is no knock to Christopher Reeves, because Christopher Reeves is the GOAT. He's a legend. Oh, God. But Henry Cavill, he's that deal, baby. He is that deal. Man of Steel, it's my shit. But Henry Cavill, take your bias for Man of Steel out the picture and just look at Henry Cavill as a Superman in that costume, his presence, his look, his demeanor. Ugh. If my toy of Henry Cavill wasn't perfectly posed right now above this desk, I would grab it and show it to you. But so you add these things up, and I'm excited. I'm excited for DC. You know what I'm saying? Let's count this back. Jon Stewart focused HBO live action show. James Gunn as co-creative lead. Black Adam featuring The Rock. Henry Cavill return. Yes! Let's go! Let's go. Let's talk about it. All right? I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. So to me, that's very big news. Smart move by DC. Very excited to see what James Gunn is going to do. I know there's another guy that's co-lead, but that's finances. That's the business end. James Gunn is here for the creative, and it's cool because that's what it is. Danny Cooper is the editor in chief of Freestyle Comics. He is the business end of Freestyle Comics. He is the business end, but he also dibbles and dabbles in the creative. And then I would say I'm the creative end of Freestyle Comics and the leadership. And then me and Danny unite together. We come across, we talk. We have our vittles on the table, and we talk and we discuss and we chop it up. And we're pretty damn successful right now. We are a multi-$100 company. All right. How many multi-$100 companies you know that's out there? Freestyle Comics is one of them, baby. But I imagine that's how that relationship is going to work between Gunn and this other guy. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm super looking forward to it, man. All right, so let me, because I completely got caught up in the epicness of, I got caught up in the epicness that is this show and having conversations or whatnot. So let's go ahead and play a. Oh, actually, let's see here. I want you guys to go check out the MoanaNuiPodcast.com. They have a podcast right now. They have a podcast. They have a Kickstarter right now that they are doing. It's about 14 days left on it. The MoanaNuiPodcast.com. Go check that out. This show, the Most Epic Talks, is a proud member of the Agents of Geekdom Network. And we're going to go ahead and play a commercial from the Agents of Geekdom right now. What's that, local video? Yeah, local video. Let's go ahead and just play that beautiful bean footage here. Let me see. Movies. No, where's my desktop? There's my desktop. And there we go. Awesome. Agents of the Geekdom is a brand new network. We've been running it for about a month and a half, 2 months now. There is a new show every single day on Agents of Geekdom. Mainly our shows are at 8 p.m. on the 8 p.m. hour. We got Fortale's podcast coming on next after me at 10 a.m. So stick around and check out Kyron and Danny J. Quick on the Fortale's podcast. And then this show, this is a brand new show. Obviously, I just started it today. I got the brand new stuff cracking. Expect more shows to join our lineup on the Agents of Geekdom. You can catch us at twitch.tv/Agents of Geekdom. And, just pick your favorite show or pick a couple shows or watch all the shows. But definitely tune in, hang out with us, smash the subscribe button, slap that like button, and just follow us as we go on, as we do this thing going on. Let's see. I only got a couple more minutes. We talked about DC, James Gunn. We talked about Logan. Last thing I will say is Matthew Perry, you are a jerk. How dare you throw shade at the jewel, the treasure that is Keanu Reeves. Matthew Perry wrote in his memoirs, wrote in his memoirs, how are people like Heath Ledger not alive, but we still have people like Keanu Reeves still living? What? That's rude as fuck. Are you kidding me? And then people called him out for it. And why would you say that? Everyone loves Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is a great person. Keanu Reeves don't mess with nobody. Keanu Reeves, in pictures with his fans, he don't even put his hands on them. His hand will slightly float above your shoulder because Keanu Reeves don't want no problems. So Matthew Perry, why are you coming for Keanu Reeves? He said, I apologize. I misspoke. I was just throwing a random name in there. I should have used my own. You're right. You should have used your own. Do not come for Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is the homie. All right? Love Keanu Reeves. It's great. It's great. So shame on you, Matthew Perry. If I had to say the dud of the week would be Matthew damn Perry for being a jerk. But that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of the Most Epic Talks with Mike Watson. I got to figure out the schedule. Right now, I'm doing the Saturdays before Kyron and Danny before on the Four Tales podcast. But I think I want to do this during the week at 8 a.m. too. We want to hit some different time slots to get some new fans, new audience members onto our network and following our comic book stuff. They did eat should stick, bro. I don't know what that means. But what up, though? Awesome. Okay, so very first episode, definitely will be back next Saturday. Please stick around. In 15 minutes, we will have Kyron and Danny J. Quick on the Four Tales podcast coming in, doing the thing they do best, which is conversate. And they play off each other. I love watching that show on Saturday mornings. I am going to go get a bowl of cereal because I'm hungry. Or I might make some farm fresh eggs. I don't know. But definitely. Thank you for tuning in to this first episode. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's talk about it, everybody. Let's talk about it.